week marks the 116th U.S. Open Championship. Lauren McDonald and Will Gray here to talk all things fantasy. Now, Will, there's always a lot of hype about the new Big Three, especially during a major week. They're all in Group 1, obviously, this week, but is there anybody else on your radar in Group 1?
In terms of Group 1, we have to talk about Dustin Johnson, a runner-up last year. He also played well 2 years ago at Pinehurst. He's coming in on a tear, 6 top 12 finishes in his last 7 starts overall, but that is still not enough to get me to pick DJ. I don't trust him over the weekend. I am going with Rory. He is my pick out of the Big Three. I think he's going to have a big week. It would not surprise me to see Rory McIlroy win his second U.S. Open title.
You know, I got to play devil's advocate a little bit. I kind of like Jordan Spieth if he has his A game. If he keeps it in the fairway, stays out of the rough.
Iron proximity could be an issue against Spieth.
All right, if he has a good week, you never know. Now, moving on to Group 2, there are 8 past major champions in this group. Who do you have your eye on?
I have my eye on a couple of guys that we saw at Merion 3 years ago, Phil Mickelson and Justin Rose, but just like at Merion, I'm going to side with the Englishman. It's a little bit of a question mark in terms of his health. He hasn't played since the Players' Championship because of a bad back, but if he is healthy, his game is really well made for a U.S. Open, as we saw when he won in 2013, but he's had 4 straight top 30 finishes. Lauren, he's playing well. This year, he's so consistent tee to green. That's what you need at a course like Oakmont that's going to beat you up. He's got a good temperament. All
right, and you mentioned Phil Mickelson. We all know he's looking to complete the career Grand Slam. Would be a great week to do it, but the odds probably aren't in his favor.
It's so tough. I mean, he's playing well this year, but I don't know that he's ever going to get this one.
All right, well, let's move on to sleeper picks. Who do you like?
In Group 3, I've got my eye on Shane Lowry. The Irishman is a guy who likes to play difficult courses. Remember, he won last year at Firestone Country Club. He's also played well at Torrey Pines, and last year tied for 9th at Chambers Bay. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's on the leaderboard as a bit of a surprise from Group 3. And if we're going all the way down to Group 4, how about a blast from the past? David Toms. He's playing well in his last 2 starts, both top 30 finishes, and he's one of the handful of guys who finished inside the top 10, Lauren. The last time the U.S. Open was at Oakmont, he tied for 5th. He has 3 top 5 finishes at the U.S. Open. Clearly, this is the type of tournament and championship that suits his game.
Horses for courses.
There you
Can
go.
never beat that. All right, well, thanks for joining us. Good luck making your picks, and we'll see you next time.